Hey guys, so today I'm doing another album review. It's a little bit later than I'd hoped it would be because I was procrastinating and then I went out a lot. But yeah, so per request of my friend Spencer, I am doing a Billy Joel album called 52nd Street. It's probably my favorite Billy Joel album, and so I guess we're gonna get started. The first track on this album is called Big Shot. It's like a really kickin' track to start us off, like, seriously. I love the heavy drums and the guitar and the way they just paired it with the piano in the background for that one. And this one, Billy is like sassily singing about a guy with an ego that just couldn't keep it to himself. I'm not really educated in the brass family, but there's this really cool brass instrument that comes in about halfway through, and I really like that. I mean, I'm thinking it might have been saxophone, but I'm not sure, but it was really freaking cool and funky. My favorite part of this song would probably be the sort of distorted kind of guitar that you hear until the song fades out. I really like that. I just think this song is definitely like a powerful song to start us out. And then number 2 is called Honesty. It starts out with a super like melancholy intro, and Billy sings to us about admirable qualities that you can find in people, but then, you know, there's just that one that really hard to find. Sometimes you can't even find it at all. Honesty. It's really true. I mean, it's really hard to find someone that doesn't lie or is totally like loyal and honest all the time. I mean, at first the piano doesn't sound so sad, but then the chorus rolls around and they start singing in like a totally different tone. I mean, I also thought I kind of heard some like strings in the background of the chorus, so that kind of like fits the mood that he's trying to create here. And then, you know, his voice starts getting like super powerful and emotional, and you just kind of feel everything that he wants you to be feeling. You feel frustrated and you feel angry at people because you can't find someone who's true. It's a really down-to-earth song. I really like the message he's conveying here. It's a really down-to-earth song, and I really like the message he's conveying here. It's just something that everybody deals with. Number 3 kind of takes us down a different trail than the last song. This one's called My Life, and it sort of takes us to a happy place. I think there's like some super groovy key work going on here. Whatever he's doing on the piano and the keyboard here just sounds awesome. The piano man kind of shows off what he can do throughout this whole song. It's just like, I don't know, this one, compared to the rest of the album, you can just really hear all the skill that he has. I don't know if that's just me, but this song I think about is taking control and owning your life because it's yours. I don't know if that's what it's really about, but that's what it sounds like to me. I like how the happy piano and like the clapping beat kind of contrasts with Billy's fight back lyrics. I like when music mixes emotions, as you know. I really like this song because it's like super uplifting, and it's just a great song about knowing even though people will try to tell you right from wrong or how to live your life, it is your life and you control it. Number 4 is called Zanzibar. This song is just one of those songs that you hear and you think, I've heard this before, this sounds so familiar. It's like one of those songs that you swear you've known all your life, but you really haven't. Many songs on this album tell a different story, and I think this one has multiple stories within it, but there's one that's really easy to pick out in the song. That Billy takes his dad's car to take out a girl, and he wants to speed up their relationship a little bit. You know, I hear him say that he wants to hit second base. And then again, you hear a really killer, like, trumpet, some sort of brass instrument solo that I can't identify. It's really awesome. I think this song gets really incredible when the end comes around. It gets, like, super jazzy. Like, the drums just turn into jazz drums, and I love it. I think this song would be perfect for, like, a night drive through the town. I don't know, it's just, like, laid jazz hot. And then number 5 is called Stiletto, and I think the intro kind of fits the title. It just sounds super, I don't know, there's no other word to use besides like sexy or whatever. The beat piano kind of transitions into something more upbeat and funky. When I listen to this song, I think that it's about a woman who's like, she looks kind of innocent on the outside, she looks like you'd want to like be with her and everything, but then when you're with her, she's a real heartbreaker, but you can't leave her because her love's so good or whatever, you know. I love that the piano solo in this song is followed by some super heavy sax. I said sax so intensely. But yeah, the sax is like super intense. I think that part especially makes the song kind of fun. And then, you know, the instruments are like lively and everything, but the lyrics sound like something you would sing about when you're hurt. This girl, you love her, but she hurts you over and over again, but you just can't leave her. That just sounds like not a fun song, but the instruments make it sound fun. I don't know. And then number 6 is Rosalindas Eyes. I love this song so much. It's my favorite on the album. It's always been one of my favorite Billy Joel songs. I think like when this song is playing, it has like a Latin vibe to it. And there's like, I think I can hear some maracas in there. It's just slow, but it has like a, I can't tell if it's cowbell or what, but I don't know, it just sounds super Latin. I don't know how else to describe it. But Billy sings about, I guess, a man, or he could be talking about himself as a struggling musician, and he's in love with this Cuban or Spanish girl, and she's very supportive of him no matter how much he has to travel or whatever. I first heard this song on a show called Freaks and Geeks, and the scene they use this song in for Freaks and Geeks is the geeks fall in love with this exchange student, which I think is kind of fitting. I also think that the flute solo in there is a nice touch. I just think it gives a better cultural vibe to it. I don't know. I also absolutely love the harmonies, the vocal harmonies in this song. It's one of the most fun songs to harmonize with, in my opinion. Ever since the first time I heard this song, I've been in love with it. It's such a fun little song, and I always have a special spot in my heart for faithful love songs. So, yeah, this one is really awesome. And then number 7 is called Half a Mile Away. The intro sounds super sassy, and I love it. And, you know, eventually the song kind of matches up to that sassy vibe. As soon as he starts singing, it sounds cheerful. At first, you kind of get the vibe that this song is about a lust for life. You know, he sings about, you know, sneaking out of the house, going out for drinks with his buddies, you know, just doing whatever, having fun. I also relate to this song a lot because in the chorus it says, "My other life is just a half a mile away." So I get the feeling that the song is more about, you know, he has to lead kind of a double life, you know. He's trying to please his parents, but then he also just wants to be himself and have fun, which I totally relate to. I love the song a lot. I like the message this one conveys as well. And you just hear him being sassy, like the intro. He wants to tell them like it is. It's his life, he wants control. Okay, number 8 is called Until the Night. So we start out with some deep piano, and Billy is singing in a Billy's just singing in a deep voice. It's like a different tone than he normally sings, and I found it like really contrasting to the rest of the album. It was an eyebrow raiser, but I thought it also sounded very attractive. This song sounds kind of sad to me, and at first you can't really tell what it's about, or maybe that's just me, but the melancholy instruments mixed with the vocal harmonies just make it sound like he's singing about something sad. And then you kind of figure it out when he says, "Until the night when I can see you again." So you think, oh yeah, it's about a lover, and he wants to get home to his lover. I like this song because it's a powerful ballad about being sad and lonely until he reunites with the person he loves at night. Then you hear like these strings arrangements in the background that just makes you want to like speed up his car and get him home to his lover as fast as possible. Powerful saxophone once again comes in. It's just like screaming at you, and you just want Billy to go home and be with his lover, and it's frustrating, and you want it to happen, and hopefully he makes it home. He just might make it. And then number 9, the ending track, is called 52nd Street. I think this is the shortest track on the album, but it's also the title track, so important. Still never been able to figure out what he says in the beginning of this song. If anybody would like to clue me in on what he's saying, I would love to know, because it's so frustrating to me that I cannot know what he's saying. I don't know if it's just because it's too deep or it's in a different language. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's frustrating, so please tell me. But I like this song because every instrument is super deep. And it's like the piano is deep, and there's a deep bass line in there, and his voice is deep, and it's super Ray Charles-esque. Like, I think Billy wanted to be sort of like Ray Charles, and you kind of see that in this song. I think it's really cool. And I like that they ended the album with like a super hot jazzy number. And yeah, I mean, it just shows the diversity throughout the album. You know, you go from Piano Man to Lay Jazz Hot and Ray Charles. That basically wraps it up here today. And I have a lot of album requests. So I basically have cars. I basically have I basically have the next, I don't know, all the way up until like mid-August filled with requests. So, yeah, I have until like episode 9 until I'm free, but I'd still love to hear some requests because a lot of albums need to be reviewed. I have a lot, and I want to do them all. So, yeah. But, yeah, have a wonderful day, and that's all I have to say.